All right, so today I'm going to show you how to make an outline from the textbook that we're going to be using online. And what you'll need to do is you'll see how I have my screen set up. On the left side, I have my document that is blank at the moment, and this is a document that you will receive through Google Classroom. So you'll go to Google Classroom and you'll open this document up. But then you'll need to do a split screen and you'll need to go to CK12 and on the other side of your screen, open the textbook. And so I would pause this for a moment. And when you have your screen looking like this, then I would go ahead and restart the video. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open this motion chapter. That's what we're going to be doing first. And it's still loading. On my blank outline, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to title this page Chapter 1 Motion, because that is what this chapter is titled. I'm going to enter down a little bit. Now I'm going to come back over to the textbook and I'm going to scroll down. And what I want to do is I really want to preview. So I see that they have a picture here of a hummingbird and a flower. Little introductory paragraph. I'll read that later. Right now, I'm going to focus on the headlines here. Not the headlines, excuse me. I should say the headings is what I should refer to them as. So here the heading is defining motion. So I know that as I read through this part of the book, at the end, I should be able to define motion because that's a heading. So I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to say Roman numeral 1. Remember, Roman numeral 1 is just a capital I. And I'm going to say defining motion. All right, now later, right, I'm just previewing right now. That's it. I've previewed. I know being able to define motion is incredibly important. Later, I'll go back and I'll put myself some notes underneath there to make sure before I take a quiz or a test that I do, in fact, know how to define motion. I may take activities that we've done in class, homework that we've done in class about defining motion, and I will summarize it underneath there. Now, let's see, I'm going to scroll down over here. I see here that they give me some images and that I'll be reading about these and defining motion. And then I see like right here, I've got another heading. It says frame of reference. So this is obviously something that's going to be very important. So I'm going to go ahead, if I can type right, and enter down. Now you can see it's auto doing my headings for me. So it automatically made a Roman numeral 2 when I scroll down. So I'm going to say frame of reference. That is a very important part here in chapter 1. I'm going to come back to the book. I'm going to scroll down. I see there's a figure here. I would take a minute and I would read through these little bubbles that are next to that. As I'm just kind of glancing through, I can see the bold word frame of reference. That's going to be important to make sure to read carefully and make sure I understand that definition. Then I can see that there's a video embedded within chapter 1. When you do read the chapter, you will be reading, or I should say watching that video. Then we have a Q&A. They've got a summary. Summaries in textbooks are always so important. You always want to read a summary, especially right before a quiz or a test, because that gives you like the most important stuff. They have explore more. They've got some review questions. I should be able to answer these review questions. If you take any notes while you're reading, they would show up in there. And that is it. At this point on this document, that is really all you have to do for your outline. So whenever I say, I would like you to make an outline for this section or this chapter, this is all you have to do. That I just want you to make a preview outline. You title it, and then you use Roman numerals for the headings, and then we're done. We know we've already primed our brain for what's going to be really important when we're going through this section. And that's really, really important to do those types of things, because now your brain, while you are doing this reading, your brain is going to say, oh, wait, I remember seeing something about that in my outline. I bet this is pretty important. And when you're done with this, all you have to do is click Turn In Google Classroom and you are finished with this.